Shit. I feel like I sound like one of those. What is it? The alpacas, the one from like TikTok that's like, but I won't berate your ears with anything else. GM, good morning. My name is Dude Lifts. This is Scroll With Me, where we scroll the Twitter timeline together. We ingest, all that is happening. We ingest the vibes. We stay tapped in to what's happening on Web3, despite what they might tell you, despite they may say, you have to be in Telegram or you're washed. Well, I'm in Telegram too, but the timeline provides. Don't forget it, And I apologize if I'm, a little less, peppy than usual. I haven't had any coffee this morning because your boy's got a little bit of a medical test later today, and he has to be fasted. He can't drink any water. He can't drink any coffee. He can't eat any food. So, such is life. Such is life. But we're all good. So excited to dive into the timeline today, see what's happening, and then get a little bit of work done for a couple hours. But let's jump into it. Let's get into what we are all here for. I see a few people watching already. If y'all have, been viewers before, please say what's up in the chat. Love to say good morning. But let's jump into it. So we've got Shaw256 here saying, excited to share that I've joined Coinbase to work on the asset listing team. If you're building on Base and want to learn about what goes into getting listed on Coinbase, I'm your point of contact. You heard it first. He's your point of contact. Yeah, this is interesting. Kuya says, hey, chat, GM, sir. Yeah, so like Jesse Pollack from Base basically said that they're incorporating DEX listings in Coinbase like more primarily, which I think will reduce a lot of the barriers to getting your asset listed. But it's really interested to hear like it positioned in this way, that if you want to get listed on Coinbase, talk to me who works for Base, right? So it's like that's this interesting thing. But as some of you may remember, if you are a long-time Scroll With Me enjoyer, Shah was one of the, not the only, but was the first guest for Scroll With Me. So I think at the time he's working for Bankless, had a show about apps. I think it was Apps No Entrees, if I remember correctly. But congrats on the new role, Shah. So it feels fitting to celebrate your new role on Scroll With Me. Let's keep going. Doodle says, a year ago we launched Doodles Records, 1.3 billion views and counting. Who should we collaborate next? So we've got like Lil Wayne here, Pharrell, Coi Leray, Lil Yachty. What is it? God, what's it? Rich. Shit, I don't remember. And then, oh man, I can't remember the last one. But he does the water bottle. But yeah, who should they collab with next? We'll see. Let's keep going here. What's a 100K TikTok? What is it? 2 Collision Awards, 1 Shark Award, 100 million streams. TikTok posts. That's what it is. Infinify says, believe in something. We believe. Brian Armstrong says, Bitcoin is probably the best form of money ever created. Interesting not to make like the delineation of like store value, money, things that look like money. Let's keep going. Web3 Adam says, lots of ego from people I've only been nice to. I'll continue to be nice and accept the congratulations when the time comes to let an ego. Okay. Oh, we've got a new job announcement. Announcing my new job tomorrow. Do I even follow this person? No, I do. Oh, wait. Previously, Magic Eden, Expert Sotheby's. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, got it. I was like, sorry, you threw me off with the IRL PFP. I'm like, why am I even following this person? That's what I see when I see an IRL PFP. I'm like, who is this Fed who has infiltrated my timeline? For the most part. Yo, Trap DeFi pulled a rare. Okay, rare Top Shot moment. Okay, we see you. On board with my dad to abstract memes. That's crazy work. We've got Clouded here. Yeah, congrats, Clouded. Clouded's working or founded company called ETH Strategy. I assume a similar strategy to Strategy, and acquire a bunch of ETH and issue a token in return. And yeah, they seem to be enjoying themselves. So congratulations, Clouded. We take culture seriously at Dune. Every single new hire gets a swag box to feel part of the team from day one. Let's see. Oh, and sometimes we surprise community legends too. I got one of these hats actually at the Dune event in Cannes. So can confirm. Made a can pun here. Let's keep going here. NFT season's here. Bullish. What else should I buy? Oh, dude, the what floor am I sweeping tweets have returned. Gosh, amazing. Is $15 million enough to retire? Yes. Yes. Simple. Simple. What is this? Wait, what is this? Is this like a story protocol meme? What's going on here? Evil lair. Yeah, I got no clue. Is this the ip.world? Okay. Okay. What's this pattern called? What is this? Pump fun. Okay, I see you. I see you, Marcus Devrelius, shilling the story protocol memes. Okay, okay. Look at that. Look at that candle. What is that pattern called? Coops Golf. We bought 2 golf courses on our friends of the internet. Yes. Yes, you did. Can confirm. Can confirm. Oh my gosh. Well, we had a good run. Ridiculous. There's too many crazy people out there. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Lucy, never been more bullish on the on-chain creator economy. Little Michaela says, yep. Interesting. For those of you who may not remember, maybe too young to remember, Little Michaela was the OG virtual influencer, the first, and still has a massive following. Michaela's bullish on the creator economy? Interesting. All right. Interesting. Believe in something. Okay, it seems to be a meme happening. A lot of people wanting Web3 jobs at the moment. I used to run a Web3 job site. I remember that. Interesting. It was always kind of an interesting signal, especially like in the past when a bunch of people were looking for jobs in the industry. That was kind of seen as like a flight to safety, as like if you couldn't make money trading. Interesting. I wonder if that means something. Wonder if it means something. Oh man, David Horvath, he gets brought on by Klanos and he starts tweeting again. Well, I'm here for it. I love David Horvath takes. I'm interested to see. Yeah, because David Horvath, I know he's done some work with Doodles, but now that he's like on board with a Web3 company, I'm very interested because he always had these articles, and this is maybe an interesting case study more broadly. Like he literally would write articles like, if I owned Doodles, if I owned Bored Apes, if I owned Moonbirds. I remember that. So it's like, yeah, I think a lot of people have been like, what would David do if he really got the reins? I think we'll really get to see an opportunity for that. So I'm excited for that when it comes to that. Okay, Dew says, am I high or is this game-changing utility where you can create any content with your Doodle in minutes? I think this is way better than DreamNet. I mean, so this was a part of DreamNet. No, I'm sorry. I'm grieving the loss of DreamNet. But the reality is that I think this was the part about DreamNet that people like most resonated with. So Doodles was like, we should just keep that, as opposed to all the crazy tokenomics and shit like that people didn't understand. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. And seeing this stuff, I don't know, seeing this kind of old footage from an old AI model, for anybody who's, well, maybe this is a very select few people who have tried to make Doodles art with AI. It's a pain in the ass. So this is cool. Did you buy Boat Kid? Did you buy Boat Kid? And he bought Pengu. He bought Pengu. Got it. Dude, I saw, it was like, I felt like I was watching a car crash happen in real time. I was on Instagram and it was like the official Boat Kid or official Aura Boat Kid or whatever. And he, put up a reel or TikTok, whatever. Excuse me. And he was like, should I launch a meme coin? Like just straight up, like that was the like text in the middle of the page. And the comments were like, no, who's managing this kid? No. It's like, dude, Sahil found him. He did. All right, let's see. King Pearl says crypto gaming will never take off as long as every game. Oh, sorry, I emphasized every instead of game. I should have said every game is dressed up as a slot machine. We need quality games based on skill, not RNG. While casino games are easy to make and low friction to play, they aren't fun. And fun is what we need. I agree. I'd be curious, like if anybody has taken a crack, because then there was like pirate, whatever from Proof of Play and other things like that. Like who has made a legitimately fun Web3 game that has been like sticky long term? Question. Akila says it is fun if you win. True, true. Slot, no crying in the casino. Let's see what Spencer says. Building a brand works like this. You take as many shots on goal as possible. Some will be small wins. Some will be big wins. At the end of the day, the number one big wins you have is exactly correlated to the number of shots you took. Yeah, I mean, gosh, I'm not building moonbirds. I wouldn't, but I think this is more or less generally accurate. But it depends on like how many shots you take in public too. That's the careful line that you have to walk, right? Because like perception of reality. Bet on people. Oh, what did Vinny Hagar put out some new art on Super Rare? Wait, on Super Rare. Is that even a thing? Apparently it is. All right. But yeah, Vinny. Haven't seen Vinny's been consistently in the space for years and years and years, but this is the first kind of like new art that I've seen from him for a long time, which is really cool. Awesome. Congrats, Vinny. All right, let's keep going here. Were you this early to IMF? Link below. Quite possibly. I remember if I remember this correctly, and I don't think Gammy will probably ever see this, but if I remember correctly, I remember seeing Clouded and Gammy tweeting while they were at the hackathon, like in Australia, about like we're building something sick, and posting little like screenshots of the different, like they had this slider for leverage that was like a Wojak that would get like more memed as you slid. I remember thinking it was like the most incredible UX I'd ever seen. So yeah, big fan of IMF. People used to post pictures of Solana and say this is why they can't buy it. That's really funny. All right. There is no dev. I love you. I'm curious what this is. I started following it, but I started following it because I don't know what it is. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, looks like Ippy put out an article about like what is Ippy World. I'll have to come back to this. Ippy's a great content creator, does a lot of like streaming and gaming. It's awesome. Oh, it's the 10-year anniversary. That's fine. That makes sense. See, we learn things on the timeline. We learn things. We've been going for a few minutes now, so just want to say GM again to now we've got almost 50 people watching the stream. So thank you all for tuning in and watching me just mindlessly scroll Twitter and talk shit. So glad you're here. If you've been a long-time viewer, say what's up in the chat. I'd love to say hello. Oh my gosh, Nubis is cooking a new collection. We're in trouble. Let's see here. I think most people take life too seriously. I used to. Then I woke up to the fact that we're all going to die like really soon. Every day is a good day. Dude, Hakuna Matata. Oh, MC in the chat says GM to you, MC. Dude, I think I was saying something. There's a new Hakuna Matata Lion King pin that just came out. I'm not going to blame Scroll With Me. I'm actually not, but maybe a little bit. Like I was talking about it on Scroll With Me. I was like, I'm not going to miss this drop. It's in 15 minutes. I'm not going to miss it. And then what do you know? I missed the drop. I missed Hakuna Matata being brought on chain. Son of a biscuit. Oh, this is from the Doodles water cooler, which is like the kind of community call they do every week in the Discord. So Burntos is talking about this kind of like AI model and some other things they're doing. And he said decentralized storytelling with centralized excellence. I'm like, that's kind of a banger. You could say decentralize anything with centralized excellence, and it's like that should be a bar for like a lot of people, to be fair. And so I think that's what he was saying, is that with this new AI model, we'll be able to, as a community and as a company, react to culture very quickly. He said that currently they're on like a 3-week lag. So it's like if something happens in culture, they can turn around a piece of content like front to back in like 3 weeks, which like an internet time, shit, might as well be never. So really excited to see what that opens up for them. Oh, instead of asking what's the best place to deposit my stablecoins every week, we need an app that just does it for us. Assesses your risk tolerance, automatically routes to the best yield, moves funds when needed, keeps it self-custodian, set it, forget it. What an interesting concept. That's all I have to say about that. Community rocking NFT artist PFPs, that's a huge deal for the project. Agreed. Just in, David Horvath joining Claynosaurs. Wait, is that actually David Horvath? What? Wait, no way. I thought I'd seen pictures of him before, and I thought he looked way different. That's crazy. That's so funny. All right, Garrett from Laser says the current norms around coins won't always be the same. They'll continue to evolve and change, especially as new users interact with coins who aren't aware of existing forms. They're likely to treat coins less seriously than many who have been in crypto for years. Yeah, Garrett, yesterday we couldn't understand what you were saying, but today we do. And I generally agree. Like, I think that this is the kind of misunderstanding behind content coins. And maybe that's why it feels so maddening. Like, shout out to Adam McBride. I love you. But like, and I only see your videos, and which is a good thing. Honestly, means you're doing a good job. Like, but a lot of people will like, let's say someone launches their creator coin or they coin a piece of content, especially when the content coins originally came out. And people would, in full seriousness, like when Coinbase or whatever, like coined a tweet, they'd be Coinbase launched a meme coin. Oh my God, what utility will they provide? Oh, they're now beholden to this content. What they didn't realize is Coinbase was like, no, we're not. We just tokenize this tweet, this piece of content, whatever. If you want to collect it, it's all good. We're not beholden to shit. In the same way that they put out a tweet and it gets 50 likes or 100 likes or 10,000 likes. That, and I think that's the kind of norms. Like, if I don't mean me to put words in Garrett's mouth here, but like, I think that people will understand, and I think probably most of the trenches understands this, to be fair. That's why they're in and out of memes in 9 seconds, is because it's like a TikTok video. It goes, and that's it. And that's fine. And that's kind of like how it should be. Expecting most coins and content. Now, maybe this is an argument against not coining content. That's a whole other thing. But like, expecting most coined content or content that is put on chain to retain value infinitely and up only is just impossible. So it's about being early, being tapped in, being aware, the same things that it always has been. But once again, it's moving faster and it makes people uncomfortable. That, I think that's the majority of the issue with content coins, to be fair, is it's moving faster and it makes people uncomfortable. Granted, there's not a lot of nuance in that discussion, but I think if you kind of boiled it down, it's the same reason why crypto made TradFi uncomfortable. We just have a new layer of it. I don't know, just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see here. NFT bull market doesn't officially start till wedding photographers start canceling gigs because they're selling palm tree JPEGs for 6 figures. Nice. What did okay, I'll unmute for a Kobe video. What does he say?
Before I had money, I thought everything was a scam and it was all rigged and blah, 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 blah. And now having money and being able to help my family out, for example, and seeing my parents' personalities change because they don't have to worry about certain things anymore, like making ends meet or like what's going to happen when they retire. Seeing their personalities change and getting to know them more as people because some number changed on a screen makes me, A, like everything seems like a giant scam, but B, feel like I was also slightly robbed of experiencing that while I was growing up or while I was younger because they had these burdens and had to worry about them. So it doesn't weigh on me so much, but I do think a lot about that. Like, it feels like everything is a bit of a scam for some like weird numbers on a screen, and it means that people like live their lives in ways where they don't get to properly know the people around them because everyone's always worried about short-term stuff.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it makes me think of the story of like the Mexican fisherman. You know what I mean? It's like, why aren't you chasing, why aren't you chasing $1 and why are you doing this? And he's like, well, if you win, what are you going to end up doing? Getting a boat and going fishing just like me. So it's definitely an interesting point from Kobe. And I'm trying to think. It made me think of something else. Yeah. Also, why post AGI, UBI dystopia utopia? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't hold this opinion too tightly, but I don't know. I'm definitely maybe an optimist. I won't say like accelerationist or whatever, but I think that at the rate that AI is going, I think the post-work era is sooner than you think. But maybe I'm nuts. Oh, we got Chris here putting out the guide on the C airdrop. All right, we see you, King. If you voluntarily put these giant robot claws in your bedroom, you probably deserve what's coming, inevitable robot revolution. Yeah, what is this? Is this the lamp thing? What's the deal? Oh, oh, I literally hadn't watched this video until just now. Wait, so okay, so it's a lamp that can articulate and like fold your clothes for you? Bruh. Like I said, I tend to be an accelerationist optimist. So I think probably, but I've seen some electronics malfunction, some heavy machinery in my day. Got the Falcon wings on the car. You know, sometimes they won't work properly. And yeah, all it takes is one of these things just going, and then in the middle of the night, you got it. Where can we short loom, right? Maybe, okay, so where can we short loom? We need to do some research, find out like where they're getting all their like kind of robotics, and then find out which, shell company owns that robotics company's investor in them, and then we short them. So we got to find like the triple beta alpha play here. All right, let's see here. Wait, why do I recognize this guy? Sean Ryan? This other guy. Go back to the other guy. Go back to the other guy.
Sean's going to put out a lot.
Go back to the other guy.
Business model, and that percent of the value going.
Oh my God! Just keep zooming on a Brian Armstrong's face. It's like there he is.
How do I get on the wait list?
We can give you.
How do I get on the wait list?
Oh, wait list. I thought he said white list. I was like, welcome to 2021. I feel like he was a UFC fighter or something. I don't know. But dude, imagine, why have I never heard a less enthusiastic? How do I get on the wait list? Let's run that back. I don't know why we're on a video tear today, but
190 countries from day one.
How do I get on the wait list?
Dude's never been less enthusiastic about anything in his whole life. How do I get on the wait list? You imagine Coinbase just saying like, okay, you need to ask how to get on the wait list at some point in the conversation. If you could really just like slide that in there, that would be great. Really just get that anticipatory energy. Then at some point, this fucking guy thinks this would
Flip it on its head, where instead of 95% of the value going to the platforms, it's going to go to the content creators. It's a self-custodial wallet, so we can distribute it to 190 countries from day one.
How do I get on the wait list?
We can give you.
I could watch that 100 times. I could watch that 100 times. Sorry, Sean Ryan, but incredible. All right. Hyperliquid freezing all sales in midday trading as a market tanking. Wow, this is mega fucked. What's going on? Did the Hyperliquid network just like have a disruption or something? I'm not even gonna find out. Trying to panic sell my hype, but can't because everything's down. Incredible diamond hand technology. Yeah. Dude, the timeline provides. I've got like 3 Hyperliquid tweets in a row, and I have no idea what's going on. And will I find out now? No. But alas. Maybe the timeline will provide more answers. Let's keep going here. B Banks. Oh my gosh. Bubble Maps is about to absolutely body someone. I can already tell. B Banks. Buy a bundle token. Promote it with a crew. Watch it collapse to 0. Sell and post about mental health. Dude, with the bubble maps, this hits so much better. Oh, it's incredible. Incredible technology. That's truly incredible technology. Linea took so long to TGE that in the meantime, 3 previous founding dev team members started their own new chains. One of them TGE 2 weeks ago. The other hope so too. Is that Elon Musk? The hell? What is this shit? Hyperliquid. Someone called Jeff or whatever his name is. Unexpected error setting order. Why won't Hyperliquid let me close positions? This is Solana all over again. I'm not going to speak too soon. But it's almost like you need to take into consideration the scalability. I don't know. Yeah, not going to speak too soon. But the trilemma is a real thing. That's all I'll say. All right, let's see. Yeah, what he said. Top Shot making waves overseas. The next season hasn't even started yet. NBA Top Shot NFTs can now be purchased at Japanese vending machines, which is crazy. First ever physical deployment worldwide. No wallet needed. Easily purchasable with a smartphone. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, Japanese vending machine culture plus collecting NFTs, Top Shot packs. Legend. What does it say? Blockster says Disney Pinnacle just put records on Flow blockchain, 272,000 in sales, 506 for Star Wars Genesis pin, 30K. Pixar Genesis pin, 25K. The biggest pin drop in Disney history, digital or physical. Damn. That's actually true. Oh, I hadn't even. Oh. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, the digital or physical. I mean, I know the previous record for a physical Disney pin sale was 11,000. So it's like the Disney pin, it's kind of like back-to-back records, 25, then 30, and it broke it back-to-back, which is wild. Yeah, we are so back. We are so back. I love how Dennis says, this is one of the ideas you cannot decide if it's the smartest idea or the dumbest one in reference to the Top Shot vending machines. That's so funny. Yeah, like it's just so crazy enough. It just might work. I mean, Japanese vending machine culture is real. It's a real thing. Hyperliquid is down, causing their funding rates to nuke. Since Hyperliquid settles funding rates every hour and has a $15 billion in open interest, this could cause damage to anybody who has a short position open. And this guy's from Monet, it appears. Yeah, interesting. Guess we'll find out next time on, I mean, this is all like an hour ago, so I wonder if this has been resolved. The next generation of donors is on chain. Yo, Leap. Have a charity that I want to get in contact with you about. Let's see here. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. Oh my gosh. Well, we have like 60 people watching, so I will say, you know, on this wonderful Tuesday morning, I know I didn't have any coffee, so hey, apologies, but thank you so much for tuning in. It means the world that for what it's worth, I see you all share, scroll with me in the chats. I see you all, you know, retweet and repost it. I see it all. It means the world to me that you all want to kind of join me on this descent into madness. So with that, thank you all. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. And then until then, of course, I will see you on the timeline.